Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us. Then Orlando went to Magic Kingdom earlier today at night. So I'm going to have some other connections. Nothing will be edited this weekend. Who knows when I'll have time for it. Let's see. For tonight's connection, I was going to leave it up to a couple of beings, but also I guess the FCC is going through the net neutrality now of the net neutrality. Am I pronouncing that right? Is going to be pulled, and so the companies like Verizon can control speeds and everything. And anyway, the government won't be involved with it so much, but of course Congress can get involved with it. It's up in the air, but it does seem like it's a scare mostly as for what's going to happen, but nothing's 100% as for where this is going. It feels like it's more of a scare. As for it actually going through is probably unlikely from what I feel, but they're going further now than they ever have, and they're using the holiday to kind of hide it. But of course, a lot of those are keeping an eye on it, but I'm not feeling it'll go through, meaning to get rid of net neutrality. That way the Verizon and AT&T can control the internet better and, have packages for social media and stuff like that, if I understand it all. Basically, so that they're like the gatekeepers, but it's hard to say. But at least at this moment, I'm feeling that there'll be enough protests where it won't go through, from what it feels like. So at the moment, at least. So, all right. Without all of that to the side, see, I had another connection, but I can't remember what it was. No, it's all right. All right, we're gonna bring in a being and a couple of them real quick. So, for those that are new to all this, is ivanteller.com. This is up. I think my internet's okay. Private sessions. We have this is my schedule for next week, and we have gift cards, easy purchase, Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and channeling by phone. This is the phone number that I'll be calling by. Also have iTunes and iPhone and Android app, so you can keep an eye on what's going on. I also have submit a question. I think I'm caught up on Sunday now, so I'm catching up. Throughout the weekend, I'll catch up a lot more. You'll probably receive an email from me tomorrow. Somebody will, at least, because I'll be answering questions tomorrow. Also have Spirit Social. Submit a question, healing, past life regression, message from Yeshua, 5-minute healing, channeling, consulting. We also have spiritual connections, one question from a day, chakra healing from a day, soul painting from Stephanie, angelic Reiki from Miguel. Also, we have, for the holidays, we have the Alien Adventure book that should be in the link down below for helping waking people up. It's like a gag book. We also have coming soon the Jake comic with the rabbit. The rabbit is on its way. Issue 2 is actually in process right now, slowly. And yes, I know, Oracle cards. Should be able to do that this weekend. Way things are going. We'll see. I hope it's not. I haven't looked at it yet for the details of the descriptions, because that's where I should be able to do some tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the parks a little bit, and Friday I'll have most of that open for catching up, and the weekend, of course. With the Oracle cards, it's I know that's like added to my list of things to do. I have a project. We'll see. I have Jake coming through. I think that will be success somewhere. And I have a project that's been older than Jake from September. And Jake came in October. Of course, Jake is done. But of course, that's going to be extra issues. I have another project that's an astral project. I call it Project 3. It's an astral. I forgot the. It's called The Mushroom and the Shoe, and I need to write down the details of it. It's an astral story, and it might be 64 pages long, and the artist is at page 6, and I think he's been on page 6 for a month. Wipe stuff, which is fine, because I'm in no hurry for it, because I'm not done with it yet. I'm at page 36 right now, and it's probably going to go 64 pages. That was going to be in the can for a while, always in process. So, which is fine. I just haven't finished it yet, and I have the oracle cards kind of through everything, around anyway. I got too many things rolling, and that's all right. And the Jake is probably the one that's going to be the star of the show. Well, the oracle cards too, but Jake's definitely going to get some. Jake can be a TV show, basically. The way it's going, it can be an easy cartoon for adults. He's going to battle the Illuminati. I don't want to give away too much, but he's going to battle the Illuminati eventually. Yeah, I'm just going to put him in there. I don't care. People don't believe in it anyway, right? So it's like, who cares? People don't believe in the Illuminati, so why not make it a character? But the thing is, who is the Illuminati? Okay, that's the gag of it. Well, it's different things. I don't want to give that away, but it's funny. I don't want to give too much away. And there is going to be. I'll give spoilers a little bit. This is like way down the road. It's going to be in not the. I don't think I have enough time for issue 2, but it's going to eventually have an alien. It's going to have an alien theme park. I'll allow that to come through. So he's going to go to an alien theme park. It's going to be in the desert. That's all I'm going to say. So there's gags all through it. It's go to Disney and all that. No, understand the alien theme park. I had that story way before I started channeling. Before I connected to aliens, I just wrote about aliens. Yeah, big surprise, right? And I don't want to give away too much, but I can give away there's a family, and I can say this. There's a family that the one that came up with all this is a black ops scientist, but doesn't remember anything. So when he does remember stuff, he puts things in his theme park, but he doesn't think anything of it. Oh, I just made all this up and actually experienced it. So he's putting all his alien stuff in his theme park. So where to get the money for it? Well, that's another story. But anyway, it's a gag. Down in the desert, I can say that much. I'm not gonna give too much. I don't think that's giving away too much. It's funny. So and so all the stuff he's building and everything, it's just coming from his memories that have been wiped. So there's a lot of story behind that. So that's where Jake's going to end up there eventually, and there'll be a lot of gags with that. So that's part of the Alien Awakening. Illuminati is going to be there somewhere. The president of the world is going to be there. So battling the president of the world, that's a big another part of it. So it's funny. It has its laughs. It's kid friendly for the most part, I think so. A teenager at least. I don't know if kids understand it, but for the most part, it's pretty friendly. It's pretty funny. So the Jake one and the Astral one that I'm working on, Project 3. I'll leave that. I don't even understand it anymore, but I guess that's the whole point of it. I think I got it. Either way, I'm not going to give away anything on that. That's way not important. And I have a Project 1 that started all this. That one's at page 18. It's going to go 24 pages, so we're almost done with that one. I thought it would be done by now, but that's okay. Yeah, Jake took a month. And his other 2 projects have gone nowhere. Well, the other Project 1's kind of doing okay. So anyway, Jake is flying through. It's great. So yeah, and I'll have a proof of it next week, maybe Monday. And so I approve it. Once I approve it, it's going to be out. So it'll be on the Kindle too. And it's supposed to go through a comiXology thing if they accept it. So far, it's not looking too good, but we never know. So the holidays here, so it's going to take a while. So I think that's where I'll get a lot of attention. But yeah, like I said, I'm creating a Jake universe. Yeah, I'm talking. Well, I can give this. I have a talking refrigerator in it, so we have every appliance you can think of is going to come to life eventually. Let's put it that way. It's pretty funny. So there's so many gags to it. So, all right, we're going to connect to. Reason I'm connecting is I'm worn out. Long day. The work situation is like, I think my boss is Ebenezer Scrooge. I really think so. He's like, he's nice with customers, but with us, he's just ready to throw a gasoline on us and throw a fire, light us on fire. I mean, really. It's like, geez, I mean, I'm querying all that, but it's like, gosh, man, if only everybody saw that. Nope, they see a whole other side. We see a chaotic man falling apart. I'm not sure if he's going to last another year the way he's going. He's like 75 years old. So, and it's funny, when I was a kid, my mother was a photographer, and I was in a photography studio, an old-fashioned one when I was a kid, like 5, 6. So I remember it was old-fashioned everything. So you could take, like, you go to a wedding, you take 12 pictures, and now you take like 1,000 with digital. So it's funny. I grew up with my mother's a photographer, not a professional one. That's not the real fancy stuff. And now my current boss is, I don't do photography. I don't touch stuff. I do video, as you see, but nothing professional. I'm not into that. Yeah, after you've seen what I've seen, you kind of, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's not pretty out there. It's not. At least what I work with is the old guard, and that's not pretty at all. So, all right, let's move on. So, there was other things I was going to go into, and I don't remember any of it. So, well, let's see. I'm going to be here for a while. So, all right, blessings and happy connections, and yeah, I connected to a new feline race, and I think they're going to come through again. And I haven't connected to felines very often. As long as I've been doing this, I connect to them here and there, but nothing that of a strong connection, like something I connect to all the time. So I think that's going to start changing. I have everybody but a feline. Of course, I don't connect to the mantis that much anymore, but I don't tend to get to the grays that much anymore, because they're not really, they're quiet for the most part. They're letting us do our thing. Well, let me tell you, they told me through somebody else, but I know it's, I'm taking one for the team, basically. Yeah, you got that right. I don't think they would want to experience what I experience. Just unbelievable. What I work at is just, it's a toxic environment's a good word for it. I have not got out of there yet. It needs me there, because if I leave, it really is not going to look too good. And my boss is a panic attack. Well, I don't know how he hasn't had a heart attack by now, but it causes more problems than he needs to. Doesn't chill out. Does not know how to do that. Very controlling, and kind of like that Weinstein, sort of. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So, but very friendly to customers. It's great. So, either way, I've learned how to clear all of that. It's not easy sometimes. But yeah, talk about taking one for the team for sure. Aliens are saying, I'm glad I'm not living that. Jeez. Oh, jeez. I love it. But yeah, if I leave there, it won't be too good. So I'm just sort of riding the wave. Eventually, I think the Jake thing will take off, or something will take off eventually. So Those I want to know about me. That's right. Somebody asked me, I want to know a little bit more about Ivan. That's right. My brain's finally cycling that. Basically, I was going to do writing in the beginning. In high school, I wanted to become a writer. I learned it, and I always was very creative as a kid, inventing worlds and stuff like that. I wanted to be Superman and stuff, just really inventive as a kid, and I can entertain myself and have no friends whatsoever. Um, I did have friends. I was growing up. I remember like Ghostbusters. I reenacted all of that, reinvented all of it, stuff like that when I was a kid. Back to the Future, I made like all these different sequels when I was a kid. So I did all that stuff, and so in school, now you can write it down. Of course, I didn't go by any of the rules, and so I never got anywhere with that. I was breaking rules, and so I figured I wanted to go into writing more than. Of course, I never got anywhere with it. I wanted to go into movies, but I didn't really like the style. I mean, you got to spend like what $200 million. Yeah, good luck on getting into that. And of course, going to school and all that. Like I didn't do very much good at school already. It's like, and you have to go by the rules to go into school, and I'm not very good at that. So there's sort of a lot. I tried prose writing, like writing a book. I've done that. I still have to edit the thing. I have one book I wrote before I started channeling, which is interesting. It's about, I'll leave that away, but for another time. So I've just been screenplay, instead of going to the spiritualism stuff, even with my awakening in 2011, I didn't have much help into knowing what to do with all of this. Like, okay, my guides are here. Okay, what do I do with that? I don't know. I had no guidance, so I had to shut down. I had a tarot card reader that helped me, a lady that helped me, but I got no guidance. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to protect myself. I don't know anything. I don't know how to give. I can give people readings, but it's good to have guidance before you go and do that. Because I wasn't big on tarot cards because I dealt with those that did tarot cards. A long story, and I didn't have a very good experience with them. So I just go by what comes through. Of course, the tarot card reader I talked to didn't like it that I can need tarot cards. So she kind of felt weird about it. Anyway. Whatever, that was her deal. That's okay. It's still good terms for I can say. Yeah, she never met anybody like me before. I mean, I did a hypnosis with her. I saw Atlantis. I saw a million people die. I thought it felt like I had something to do with it, and I still might have. I saw myself writing plays as an ancient Greek, and she saw when I did that, she saw a beard appear around me, like through a third eye. She saw a beard around me as I was talking about the ancient Greeks. So I saw myself writing plays as an old man, like in '80s. So that was fun. So, but yeah, so writing. So instead, when I shut down in 2011, I feel like I don't know what to do with my stuff. I got spirit guides. I got angels. What do I do with all of this? I don't know. So I shut down and I just went back to writing. So I wrote screenplays. I watched it on YouTube. I listened to podcasts about it. And over time, I finally, you got to write a lot of this bad stuff. Of course, some people are born to just write the good stuff and then do nothing the rest of their life. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to write my own stuff, but also have control over it and not have somebody tell me what to do. And movies, it's hard to do that. So I'm not that interested. I mean, movies are expensive. And I never really had. I mean, I want to go into it eventually. That's why I thought television would be a good idea, like South Park. Do something like that, but not like South Park. I can't get through an episode of that. I don't know what kind of mentality that is, but I can't do it. Family Guy's all right. South Park's all right, but I can't watch this stuff. The early ones I can watch. I can't get it. Family Guy's good. Those are funny. The Simpsons, the '90s Simpsons, the best. The early '90s, the best. So But I like South Park because you can do it all on a computer, and they do it in a week, like 7 days, and something like that. So it's cool. But if like the Jake thing ever happens, I don't want it to be like South Park. But it'd be nice to be a computer generated where it looks decent enough, and you can crank them out pretty quickly. That's what I'm looking for. So Jake came out of nowhere, of course, which is great. I was always looking for a character that can do stuff. But going back, yeah, I just wrote screenplays all the time, and that's very time consuming. You have no life, and I listen to podcasts and script notes. It's called script notes, and that's what I did. And then let's see, I wrote, and I kind of finally got the idea of the structure of screenplays down, sort of. You have to pretty much go to Hollywood. You have to know somebody or get a job somewhere in the mailroom or intern, and maybe somebody will connect with you eventually. I didn't know about any of that, and here I'm old now. It's good to know somebody, like if you're going to go out there and live there, and none of that really interests me. None of it ever felt right. Let's put it that way. So, and then I had my awakening. I forgot the details of everything, and then I'm sorry. I had 2000. I think it was. I don't remember the dates anymore. It was 2014. I think that I had an epiphany to do psychic readings and stuff full time. And I'm like, okay. My guys are like, wake up. It's time to do it. It's time to go. It's time. The bell rung. It's like I felt feelings around me. It's like, okay, do this, okay. So eventually I found a psychic circle through meetup.com in my areas in Tampa. And that's when I met Jethro. Jethro's he does this stuff full time. And they say I was Magic Man, and I'm sitting there like, okay, what do I do with that? So, and I started doing reading. He would do a circle, and he'll read people. It's basically messages. They won't ask a question. They just give a message. The guys are saying this. The guys are saying that. And then I would take on and point to this person. Usually a being would talk to me. I had two that went off really well. I don't know about the others, but predictions. One about somebody was going to get money, and somebody did get money later on. It was like a check from somewhere. And another one was, this one freaked this girl out. I just knew it just came through. She was going to meet a guy like Robin Williams, and she wasn't sure what she was going to do with this guy. And she ended up meeting a guy like that, like not too long after I said that. So it freaked her out. She even told him, and it freaked him out. I don't think he even talked to her for a couple of days because he was freaked out by it. So anyway, and then a drama happened there, and I still didn't feel right about doing any of this. And so I shut down, and I wrote a book about a dictator that takes over America as a computer hacker. Well, eventually that'll be in the movie of the week. And then I found, the channel alien channelings on YouTube. I heard a voice, looked that up, and I'm like, and here we are. So I gave it a shot, and it worked. It's like I'm in channeling stories all the time, and I've got indication from my guys that I can do it. So it's like, heck, I'm channeling this weird stuff right now. I've been writing about aliens for a long time, just not the ones that people have been channeling. It probably was. It's just I've been making up my own aliens, basically. And now people are channeling real aliens. It's like, oh, that makes sense. I've been writing about aliens more further back than I thought. Well, yeah, because out of high school, I was going to write a story about Atlantis. And the more I researched it, okay, it's not much research, but more I look into it, more I felt it was real. And so that was a while ago. So that's a little bit of my detail. And one thing about I'm going into comics, yeah, it's not cheap. Well, the way I'm going about it is, but which is great. And even with this, I just, I did those little cartoon stuff, the alien stuff, and then I stopped doing it, and then I got an indication to do it again. And then I found this artist that does the stuff for not for cheap, pretty much. And I got a comic done, finished. So did not see that coming. And I saw Jake, I saw a guy talking to Jake, I saw this rabbit. The rabbit story would be like, yeah, a couple pages. That'll be the end of that. It's a whole book now. I was going to get his own universe. So if you're looking for a background from me, there you go. I was going to channel somebody, but I remember somebody brought that up. So, all right. So it gives you kind of an idea of my past. I'm probably not going to put that in the title. I'll put something else in there. So, and this is probably all the Ascension. And I've asked in the past, around 2011, it's like the tarot card reader asked her, it's like, okay, when are things going to start getting going for me? It's like the universe is not ready. And I think you said, like, you're going to be doing things that you would have never, it's like talents you never even know about. And here we are. So, yeah. I thought I'd be a rich rock star by now instead of something else. So, galactic celebrity. Did not know that. So, all right. We're going to open it up. Just put that information out there for those. And it's getting late, and I have to upload this. And I'm trying to take it easy. It's not going as well as I'd like it to, but that's okay. All right, much love, blessings, and here we go. I'll probably be one. It might be too big. It's going to be short. Let's put it that way. So, that's one of these days. Okay, blessings. Greetings. I am Nikita from Orion, a feline from Orion. Yes, our species is very connected to you. Our DNA is very much involved with your species and its evolution. Yes, Anunnaki did cause much difficulties of your past, removing DNA to allow you to go further into a third-dimensional abyss. There is much part of your DNA that has been removed and is still active at this time that can be reinserted to rejuvenate your societies once you are ready. But first, you must understand the manipulations and clear those vibrations before it can be re-added to your DNA vibration. As your DNAs will all be remodified once your Earth Collective, yes, removes much of the entities that are connected to you at this time, that are of a low vibration, that are continuing you into a direction of civil war, you can say, on your planet that's going on. As for your internet situation, we have seen actually be much progress, while not be as controlled as you might think. There is going to go through a transition of your internet, of your net neutrality, but also realize as much involvement as for changing it completely eventually. But it will be helping others. We also see it becoming cheaper in certain areas. So we're not saying to put worry into it. Yes, there is much worry around it, but to also realize your Earth is going through a transition. Everything must change. And there's much fear around much of it, as your society is very good at having fear around all kinds of situations and subjects, as you are aware. Realize also your society is growing into more of a galactic vibration. Your government is going to go through a collapse eventually. Not a financial one, a moral collapse. I believe some of you are already seeing this. Oh, yes, it has just begun. A moral collapse when humans will no longer trust. See, understand, many in your third dimension still trust your governments no matter what. I say governments. I say U.S. governments is really where we want to put our vibration at this time. That is where much transition is going to happen. As for collapse of your American government, a new one will be formed. Basically, reform is basically a better word for it. As there be so many controversies, they don't know what to do with all of them. That is what's coming into your planet. Eventually, it is moving in. It is already finding, oh yes, you have not seen nothing yet. You already feel like you're living in days of our lives. It's going to get more, it's going to increase. And then while it increases, many other changes are going to occur. What is going to happen eventually in your planet is going to be one change after the other. And in this, yes, the alien vibrations will eventually find your society. We are not going to be ignored anymore. But many of you are not ignoring us, of course. You're becoming more aware of us. And that will continue to do so. And it'll just become part of your everyday life as knowing that we exist. But remember, much of the control factors must come down, as you are aware. And many of you are, yes, what goes up must come down. And as for your government system, if you understand also your Black Project, your shadow government is well aware of this. And even them are actually happy to allow this to happen to see what humans do. They don't care about what's in your public government. They see it as a joke already. They don't take it that seriously. But also they find it fascinating to see it actually deteriorate and build another one, see what humans would do. Just to let you know how that works. So get ready for a great amount of transition. As for it being fully into your lifetime, yes, we can't give you a certain time of date, but it is coming into your lifetime eventually. Let's put it that way. Yes, we're not time. It has to do with your energies. What are you allowing? So we're just saying it will happen. As for when, you have to ask yourselves that. But we are saying that, yes, it is definitely there. We are allowed to say this at least. It's assisting you in your process. I believe we will speak again. At this time, I will leave you be. You're going through, well, we will leave you be. We will talk to you again. Yes, look into the skies if you need to, but realize that the skies will be calling up to you to look up. If all of a sudden you feel like looking up, oh, somebody's looking down at you. You might not always see them. It's like, why am I looking up at the sky all of a sudden? Because you have friends there, that's why. Blessings and happy connections. I was going to do another one, but I got to get it. I should have a longer one tomorrow. All right, take care, everyone. Blessings. Happy connections.